getdowntobiznesspodcast.com.
You are listening to the show that is all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. That's right. You're on with Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Shalom Klein, joined here in studio with Paul Dworianyn from Awesome Dynamic Tech Solutions. Welcome to the program.
Hi. Thank you, Shalom.
Welcome back. Today, we're talking all about being innovative and helping businesses brand and helping businesses grow. Tell us how you're helping your clients.
We focus on the SEO division, especially helping them get found on Google.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your the clients that you've worked with that you've helped grow and be branded.
Well, in terms of growing, there's been clients that have a massage therapy clinic. I have another one that has a sign shop, just all across the board. And any type of business owner can really benefit from having a consistent brand and doing something to affect their presence online.
Is there a recipe for success that a business has to have that will help them attract clients? And if you don't do that, you won't get clients? Is there a recipe, or is it sort of each business is a little bit different?
There are some minor differences, but for local businesses, I would say a Google Plus local listing and getting a lot of good 5-star reviews will go a long way to get your business really fast.
5-star reviews on what site?
On Google Plus. And now there's other ones that are out there that are important, but when people are looking for something, many times they just go to Google to search.
Why are you only emphasizing Google? Is Google sort of the king of everything web these days? Should you also be paying attention to Yahoo and Bing?
Yahoo and Bing don't have as big of a market share as Google has. Last article I read, they have a 86% market share of Americans use Google to search for what they're looking for.
That makes sense. I do. I use Google for everything. What about Yelp? Should businesses focus on their Yelp reviews?
Absolutely, especially if you have a bad one. If you have a bad review, my advice is make that person look crazy instead of letting them make you look bad.
Once again, we're talking with Paul Dworianyn of Awesome Dynamic Tech Solutions, and we're talking about ways that a business can stand out. And in a moment, we'll talk a little bit about Paul's success stories of businesses that he has helped. But what about email marketing? Do you think a business needs to spend time in sending out email blasts, or is that just frustrating to the folks that are receiving it?
You really have to offer a lot of value and meaningful content to the recipient of that email.
Fantastic advice. Social media, is that something that every single business should be taking advantage of?
Absolutely. And in terms of what you have to do on there, it's important to focus on helping others or, again, offering some true value.
So here on Get Down to Business, we love to not only talk about the advice, but also profile the stories of the people that are offering the advice. So tell us the story of Awesome Dynamic Tech Solutions. How did your business start?
It started when I was 14 years old as a freshman in high school, wanting to do something with computers. And I kind of get frustrated with fixing the actual computers themselves, so I got into web design.
Paul, if this story is going to lead to you telling us how you hacked your high school computers, don't share it on the air. It will only get you in trouble.
No, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. He has his fingers crossed, but okay. We won't go there. We won't go there. So how long ago did you start your business?
This particular business is 4 years old.
4 years old, and a lot of happy clients?
Absolutely. Actually, now have 8 employees after the 4 years, after leaving my full-time job.
That's awesome. And where's your office?
I have a virtual office. I actually was jealous of all these retirees who go down to Florida as snowbirds every year, so I actually did it myself, bartered with the client, and stayed in Fort Myers for 2 months.
So a successful website that you may have built, you might owe that credit to the shining sun.
That's right.
Okay, I love it. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about the industries that you work with.
Industry, I'm always trying to redefine what I do. There's a lot of folks out there that do the web design, so I'm trying to get into other areas in terms of public speaking, helping other folks help themselves with SEO, and getting into anything new that Google's doing, including their new business view.
That's awesome. So networking is important. Anybody who knows me well knows that I like to emphasize that. Where are you doing your networking?
Actually, I do primarily all my networking at this one group called 3 to 1 in Libertyville and in Lake Forest.
That's awesome. Is there a website that you can...
If you check out TrinellFinancialGroup.com, they do talk about their Freedom One networking every Thursday morning at 7:15.
That's awesome. And you've met a lot of good people over there?
Yeah, over 100 people go there every single week. It's really cool.
Totally awesome. That's great. So once again, we're talking with Paul Dworianyn of Awesome Dynamic Tech Solutions. That's a mouthful.
I just say Awesome Dynamic. It's
Awesome
so much
Dynamic.
easier.
We could go with that. So how can people get a hold of you, Paul?
Go to awesomedynamic.com. Again, that's awesomedynamic.com. And I have a special call to action deal today.
I love it.
All right. So anybody who comes to my website, messages me through the contact form, will get half off of one of my seminars that I'm putting on throughout the summer. So again, you have to contact me today before the end of the day through the contact form.
And again, one more time for that website with that awesome deal.
awesomedynamic.com.
Because it is so awesome.
Dynamic.
Awesome Dynamic. There we go. Once again, Paul Dworianyn of Awesome Dynamic, thank you for joining us on Get Down to Business. Love your advice. Businesses should be taking advantage of their website, social media. Obviously, make sure you pay attention to those Yelp reviews, especially if they're negative. You need to make sure you fix that and you get on Yelp. And search engine optimization, it sounds like something that you're very passionate about, and you actually help businesses do some of that work themselves. So that's the mark of a true networker and a true giver, because givers gain. Paul, thanks for joining us on Get Down to Business. Get Down to Business is brought to you in part by Everett Wealth Solutions, a registered investment advisor and financial planning firm, a fiduciary advisor that helps you create your personal wealth. You can find them at everettwealthsolutions.com or call 708-771-7777. That's the easiest phone number, 708-771-7777. After the break, we are talking with Florence Hardy. More great stories of small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship.